We look now at the massive protests that erupted Saturday as over 1 million people took to the streets nationwide to tell President Trump and billionaire Elon Musk hands off, saying no to the Trump administration's dismantling of federal agencies and social programs and its attacks on LGBTQ people, immigrants, education, healthcare, science, free speech and reproductive rights. The coordinated hands-off protests are the largest demonstrations since President Trump returned to office. They took place across all 50 states and across the world. In Europe, thousands gathered in Berlin, Paris, and London to respond to Trump's sweeping tariffs, which have shocked the global economy. This is a banker speaking from London.
He's a horrible, small-minded person who is easily maneuvered. And the people who are maneuvering him are very, very, very dangerous. And he's very dangerous, but he's a small-minded and not, frankly, very smart person. So, no, I don't know what to hope. I just hope this is over soon.
Thousands also took to the streets across Canada to protest Trump's repeated threats of making Canada the 51st U.S. state. Demonstrators condemned Trump's remarks as a threat to Canadian sovereignty. This is a Vancouver protester.
Today, I'm out here to send a simple, clear message to the United States that we're not going to want to be a part of you. We're never going to want to be a part of you. This is very close to becoming a reality down there. Right now, we have our very own election, which is extremely scary with what we're seeing as being the unsaid messages from one side. And I'm here as a visual reminder to let people know that we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to sit quietly.
In the United States, there are over 1,200 protests like this one in Los Angeles.
Well, I've marched before when he first got elected a number of years ago, and I still can't believe that he got elected again. And I can't believe that he's tanking the economy and he's tanking the government, and it's all being done for him and for Elon Musk and all the billionaires and everybody else. It's not for me. It's not for the people who live in my neighborhood. It's for all of these billionaires. And I'm glad to see so many people came out today. I mean, we need it. I want more people to show up and get him out of office. He's terrible.
There were over 20 protests across the state of Colorado, like this one in Denver in the freezing cold, including former and current workers.
My name is Marina Connors, and this one says, hands off public lands. I'm a retired National Park Service employee, and it's kind of, it's really hard to run the parks, and to do it under these circumstances is even more and more difficult.
I am a federal employee today, and hope that I can stay hope that I can stay employed so that I can continue to serve the American people who I swore to serve when I took my oath of office.
That federal worker covered her face, but her sign said, with her sign, it said, "I want DEI in schools, not measles." Protesters estimated to be in the tens of thousands gathered in Washington, D.C. in mass opposition to Trump's policies. A sea of banners and placards filled the Washington Mall, including signs that read, "Resist like it's 1938 Nazi Germany and fascism alive and well and living in the White House." Speakers included Congressmembers Ilhan Omar and Jamie Raskin.
They say, though, well, the number of courts striking down Trump's policies is completely unprecedented. Well, so what? That's only because the number of his illegal actions are completely unprecedented. The judges are doing their jobs. They're doing their jobs. Let's tell MAGA what democratic movements all over the world tell the dictators of the world: hands off the courts. Hands off the courts.
Meanwhile, another protest Saturday in D.C. demanded an arms embargo against Israel and an end to the Gaza genocide and the release of Mahmoud Khalil, Rumeysa Öztürk, and other foreign university students and faculty who remain in ICE detention, targeted for their involvement in Palestinian rights protests. This is Mohammed Habeh from the American Muslims for Palestine.
I'm here today because for the past year and a half, we have seen the utter destruction going on in Gaza, funded by American taxpayer dollars. We've seen it in the previous administration, and we see now that Donald Trump is continuing and making it worse for the people in Gaza. After a month of fasting in the month of Ramadan, We saw that the people in Gaza were suffering a famine, as well as seeing Israel break the ceasefire and begin massacring Palestinians throughout the month and on the day of Eid. I'm here today because I want the people of Gaza to see that the American people will not accept this, that the American people will stand up against our government as they continue to support this genocide.
My name is Eugene Perrier. I'm with the Answer Coalition, and we're demanding the immediate end of the genocide in Gaza. The U.S. should stop all of its forms of complicity and facilitation of that genocide and do everything in its power to bring it to an end immediately. And we're also demanding the release of the students who have been taken off the streets, abducted, and jailed simply for standing with the Palestinian people, and for all those who have been repressed because of the steps they've taken to stand up for the right of self-determination and liberation of Palestine, to have all charges, all lawsuits or anything like that dropped, and allow people to speak up and speak out against this genocide.
And here in New York City, up to 100,000 people took to the streets in Manhattan, marching from Bryant Park to Madison Square Park. Democracy Now! Was there. There were many issues discussed, among them Rumeysa Ozturk, that tough student who was sent to Louisiana after being driven to Vermont, picked off the streets of Somerville, Massachusetts, by masked agents. A judge has ruled her case has to be sent back to Vermont. These were some of the voices.
My name is Sarah. I'm not with the group. I went to Tufts University, and that is where Rumeysa Ozturk was disappeared from. And she is owed due process and a chance to continue her education, and she was here legally, and it should never be considered illegal to write an op-ed. Whether you agree or disagree with what she said, it's her right. And I just want her to be free, and I want that for all the people who have been disappeared by the Trump administration.
Is the Tufts community active on Rumeysa's case?
Yes, so I know the president sent out an email the other day. The university is standing with Rumeysa and her lawyers, and also many of my fellow alum have stood up, signed letters, and taken action to free Rumeysa and get justice for her.
Christine Harrington, and I'm with lots of friends, and I'm a professor at NYU. And
what do you teach?
I teach law and politics. So I watched you.
What do you think is happening to the universities?
There are, some of them are caving, and the first ones that are caving, not so good. Not so good at all. But that's why we're out here.
What do you think the universities should do?
Fight back. Make it clear this is unacceptable. It has never happened, and it will not happen. I mean, to mobilize together. But the caving we saw starting with Columbia and the spread has just made some universities figure duck and cover, We'll get through this. That's not what universities should be about.
My name is Janine Georgette. I can't believe I'm still have to protest this because I can't believe it. I mean, I've been out protesting since I was about 5. It was the first time I remember holding a sign. That we are so under attack. Our country is being torn down. I don't really know why. I don't get what they get from tearing our country apart. But they're pulling it down. And so I'm out here to try to keep it upright.
What does the other side say?
Payback is a bitch, and she votes.